Four, three, two, one. Welcome to the Yuhcast. Number
Wow.
something.
18.
There you go.
I hope.
Probably something like that. Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, I mean, probably most people here don't even know there was a break because it's gonna be watching the future instead of the present.
That's true. Nobody watches us, but that's fine.
Probably get like a dozen plus views depending on the video. But hey,
Yeah.
we've been gone. It's currently February 2021. We've been gone since what was
September, I
it?
think?
September 2020. Without a
Yeah.
single upload and us not saying a single thing other than, hey, we're gonna take a break for a week.
Yeah. So what happened there? What prompted us to
So,
do this?
in conclusion, it was entirely my fault. Because I was the one who brought up the entire idea of taking a break, because I had a lot going on in my life at the time
Mm-hmm.
that I can't get into. And I knew, like, okay, next month I'm going to have a lot of stuff that I just need to prepare for. So I'm going to take a week off and just be like, Pog champ and the old Poggers. Was Poggers a thing when we did the cast originally?
I don't think so.
All right, cool. Welcome. It's the podcast now. Funny pug. But yeah, so I think we did that, and then like a week went by, and then we just kind of never said anything about it because
Yeah.
we didn't really want to keep doing anything because it's just like, okay,
Well, okay, so what happened was, just by looking at the overall like scale of everything, is basically we said we were going to take a break, and then we released one last Yuhcast to talk about
Yeah.
potato famine, and then yeah, and so I don't really know what happened afterwards.
I know what happened. I just, at least for me, that prompted us not coming back to this. Because, I mean, I guess it was kind of a mutual thing because we never really brought it up
Yeah,
until
that's true.
fairly recently. But it was definitely, I had a lot going on all of the end of last year.
Mhm.
And pretty much mid-January, or I guess January, and like mid-December is when it finally started to clear up. And that's kind of like, I wanted to wait a little bit to make sure like nothing else was going to happen in my life that would just be like life changing
Yeah.
and just like take up a month of my time again. And so far nothing has occurred. So
Yeah.
I think we're back in action on the cast.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Kind of. I think for me, just in my part of it, well, I think it is part of the blame can be put on me, just because like I said nothing.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I think that was
Fuck.
that was partially, I think that was my part of it, but I think the other part of it, at least for me, was just that like, I don't know, I kind of just was thinking about just kind of, making videos and stuff, and how like
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, for a bit anyways, not now because I'm doing it, but like, making online video wasn't really a particular like passion for me. Like, it's kind of like, I mean, it's fun to do, but it's like, it's just something fun to do. But then it's like, I just kind of kept thinking about it. Then it was like, it's actually something that's like, that was really fun to make and was super rewarding, even if nobody watched it. And so I was kind of thinking about that over the past couple of weeks, and then you literally mentioned it like 5 minutes ago that we could do a Yuhcast right now, and then we did it.
Yeah, we also haven't talked in a long time. Well, because I mean, we talked like a few days ago, I guess, but before then, the last time we had a proper voice chat was early November.
Yeah,
must
but I
have
mean,
been.
we had been texting for all of that point, but
Oh yeah, but I also think a lot of the blame can be put on the fact that we were super busy with everything, like
life,
school work.
School, exactly. Yeah, school was terrible.
Because yeah, high school, like fucking, I don't gonna say exactly what grade level we're in, but high grade level.
High grade. With the highest grade stuff.
Cool kids. It was painful, and it's over with now for the first semester. So
yeah,
I'm hoping that everything will be toned down, and we can just, at least, I think part of the issue comes down to both this not wanting to play the games we were doing, because I love Paper Mario, but I did not enjoy recording it. And like and also I like Pokemon, but I did not enjoy recording Pokemon. So it was just like,
Well, yeah, because
cool. We
well,
dedicate ourselves to these really long games.
yeah. That was the issue, I think, for like at least the
Mhm.
Let's Play part of it, is that we basically like we tried recording these really long. Yeah, we tried recording stupidly long games, and then it was like it was that was pretty much it. We just got burnt out on the actual like recording the Let's Plays of it all, because like yeah, we
Yeah.
had like we started the Leaf Green Nuzlocke was like the other out that was like the second one we actually started, and it lasted
Yeah.
like it lasted up until we stopped, and so it was like basically 2 months of Pokemon Nuzlocke, and I think we got to Cerulean City, I think, which is like this is the second city you get to, and it's like, okay, there's definitely gonna be like 100 episodes of this. Like this is not what we
Yeah.
want. And like, also like the thing is that like also in terms of just of like I was just thinking anyways as a viewer. I didn't say this. I probably should have, but like I was just thinking like as a viewer, like if you can't really jump into any of our content because it's like we're gonna be on both Let's Plays part like 50.
Oh yeah.
So
It's not good for like in terms of actual business side of things, which I usually try to avoid that side. That's kind of just like the other part of the YouTube channel. It's just like, I guess it has a bonus if it gets us more views or something like that, but we
yeah,
just kind of do what we want to do. But like, we didn't want to do it, and it was bad for content and views. So it's
yeah,
just like, well, what's the point of keeping doing? Yep, my
yeah.
English has not gotten better.
Well, that's just I think
It's
that's just
actually gotten significantly worse.
well, I mean, this is the consequence of your whole thing with being deported. But
Yeah.
let's not touch on that. But
I
whatever.
haven't talked about anything that's happened in the last few months, have I? Because yeah, we haven't done a Yuhcast since
Yeah.
October.
What's
No, I mean September.
what's happened that you can disclose legally?
That that's actually true. Well, legally, it's not the problem. Actually, no, that's okay. Just ignore that. Well, I had a wisdom teeth surgery and immobilization and all that shit, which is a bunch of teeth stuff. If you don't know, so that kind of like I couldn't. I mean, actually, no. We did a recording actually while I was like during that like recovery phase, and you uploaded it to your channel as a Team Fortress 2 Let's Player.
Yeah, my two video streak as a TF2 YouTuber.
It's better than my 0 video streak. But yeah, it was just like, okay, well, I can't even record for like 2 weeks unless I really want to not be able to talk. My tongue is currently numb, so I guess that's also like not helpful right now. But like, that's different than being in constant pain and drugs
Right.
and trying to record a whole bunch of shit. Like, that would
Yeah.
not have been entertaining to watch.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, absolutely. Riveting commentary from Thomas the Man Professional JPEG. Professor JPEG.
The man, the myth, the legend.
I don't know. It was I don't know. It's just super. Basically, we kind of just got to a point where in both of our lives where we just kind of had other stuff to attend to, and this just kind of this
Had to take a back seat.
had to take a back seat, and by back seat we mean we threw it out of the car and right onto the highway, and then it got run over several times by squirrels of deer.
Okay, well that made sense until literally like the last 3 words. Thanks. I feel like though at least I've learned from this that like even during that time making the actual podcast was still enjoyable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, because
So I
it's an
think
excuse to
it's
talk to each other.
Yeah.
That's basically
More than anything.
yeah.
So I think next time if we ever have that feeling, at least we know to like, all right, just cancel the series we are doing, start
Yeah.
something new, and even if we don't want to record stuff, at least just do a Yuhcast.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, or at least I think if we just think a series is it's like starting to be like drawn out for way too long. Excuse me.
Take a
sir.
hiatus.
Take a hiatus. Yeah.
Because we may always come back to certain stuff like Paper Mario or something.
Yeah, or not the Nuzlocke, because I don't know. I think the Nuzlocke
Probably
idea
not,
was the
but-
Nuzlocke idea was cool because I think I don't know. It's just it's
It's the YouTuber game.
well no I mean just Pokemon in general I guess, yeah, but Yeah, I don't know. What are some series ideas that you would enjoy, you would want to do?
Well, I brought one up to you just before
Oh yeah,
this.
Halo, the Halo
Yeah,
series.
I don't know if we should spoil it already. Talking about that, I just finished Floodgate on Halo 3, but
Eh, it's not like anybody watches this.
I really hope this is like, for some reason, this is the episode that gets like 5,000 views in like one day, just
Yeah,
to prove you wrong. But Halo, like every Halo game that isn't Halo 5 and Halo Wars would be really dope.
mm,
Just as like a thing we can come back to constantly,
yeah.
because like Halo games are fairly short, especially if you know how to beat them, which I kind of don't, but whatever. Uh, is they're not really long games, so making a series will only be like a few hour series,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, we'll probably do it in chronological order, which also means that Halo Reach will get disliked to oblivion because I have some opinions on Halo Reach that are not agreeable.
All right, so yeah, so okay, so I mean, what you're saying is you're racist.
Actually, I think if that was true, that would be handled better than if I said my opinions on Halo Reach, because like half of everybody agrees that Halo Reach is the best Halo game by a mile.
Mm. Well, it's like, yeah, I mean, racism is socially acceptable, anyways. So, I mean,
Yeah,
exactly, yeah. Like, look at Joe Biden.
me. Look at Will.
Look at
Look
Will. Look at
Jonathan Bodis.
I'm the
Look at Reagan.
I'm the only not racist member of the Yuhcast, but that is downturned by my rampant bestiality. I'm not a furry.
I have these expectations of you, of just like how awful something you're gonna say is gonna be, and then you keep blowing them.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean that's true. I do, in fact,
God damn it!
blow my dog of 2 months old. But hey, that's
Saw that one coming. How'd it come? Lol, lol, lol.
yeah, that's what my dog does when he sees me. I've trained him. I have a little jar of it. I throw it into the ocean.
Fucking weird.
Then I find it, and then it goes to some guy in Nauru to make some nice soup
Naruto.
with. Naruto dog.
I've never
cum.
watched Naruto.
I've read
Is
the.
that how you pronounce it?
I think it's Naruto. Naruto. I don't know.
Naruto.
Look, okay. If you're gonna make fun of Doritos, I think you should really give some
At
thought.
least make it funny.
At least make it funny that, like, if you say Doritos 3 times, the Dorito man comes in your house and hides.
Nice. He doesn't come for you. He's scared of you.
He's involuntarily teleported to your house.
I like being prey. I like being hunted.
Anyways, okay, dude, stop that. That was like, you think I am the one that says the things. You are the sayer of things. In fact, say
You're
something
the one that's
right now.
saying things right now.
Anyways,
Bucko.
what were we talking about? Oh yeah, games we wanted to play. I'm still gonna lobby. I'm still lobbying for an Elder Scrolls game. That would be great. I mean that would be so long, such a long.
Yeah, but that's one of
series.
those things I think we could put on hiatus occasionally whenever we get tired.
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
well, cause, I mean, there's no end to it. It's not like it can just be a continuing series if we want it to be. But yeah, I mean, I also think if we're gonna do Skyrim, I think we should just do a vanilla Skyrim playthrough. I don't want to have any mods, although mods would be. I mean, having some maybe a couple joke mods maybe would be cool. But
I don't know Skyrim that well, but I assume there's a lot of quality of life mods that would help.
oh god, yeah, well, yeah, there's so well. I mean, the one that's literally basically a requirement is the I forget what the actual name is, but it's basically the Skyrim unofficial patch, where it basically just patches all of like the really buggy aspects of it. But yeah, there's a bunch of like different bug fix mods and stuff that basically just like makes the game better. And then there's
Doing
also
Bethesda's job.
oh, exactly. I mean, and then there's also just a bunch of cool stuff that kind of adds sort of neat immersive stuff to the game, like basically like, better AI, or being able to choose your own kind of start of the game and stuff like that. But then there's just fucking Lover's Lab, like there's just the porn mods, and then there's like the joke mods where you can add like Animal Crossing characters.
That'd be awesome. I would love to do an Animal Crossing series one day, but we
Yeah.
run into the problem of one, there's just a content issue with Animal Crossing of like you can't do that much in it in terms of like a series.
Right.
Although I do love Animal Crossing. Also, which game we would play, because New Horizons would be a expensive pain in the ass to try to get recording set up for and everything. But like I think that's the most content we can make off it. Holy shit, my phone is screaming at me.
We could just. I have the original.
New device sign into Yuhcast channel at gmail.com. Thanks.
It was me. I am a hacker. Yeah, but I mean, I have the original GameCube version, so we could actually start with that. I just have to.
Do you have it as like a actual game, or as a legal,
I have
legal?
I have the actual video game on an actual GameCube.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I have the
Yeah,
the thing we aren't supposed to say, but it doesn't really matter because we're a YouTube channel with no subs.
Yeah, and also, I mean, what's Nintendo gonna do? Sue us? Yes.
Yes,
they will.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, if I believe, I believe that the Sixth Amendment was a mistake. What is the Sixth Amendment?
It's probably like something like it's civil rights, or even the thing people cared about back then.
In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and informed to the nature of cause for the accusation to be confronted with the witnesses against him to have compulsory process.
That's not funny. Shut up. So
okay, but what's the preamble of the Constitution of the United States? It's with it. Fuck you. What's the 20th Amendment? What's the 20th Amendment? I'm curious.
I know that the 19th Amendment. I know. What was it? I know the 18th, 19th, and 21st Amendments off the top of my head.
Oh, I think this is the term limit one, I believe. Oh, okay.
Oh, probably because
yeah.
FDR. FPP.
And then there's a 20.
Don't you think it's convenient he died very
Amendment?
soon after Hitler died?
Oh, there's a 27th Amendment? I did not know that. No
Yeah,
law
it's
varying
where-
the compensation for the service of the senators and representatives shall take effect for an election. Okay, well, I don't.
Who cares about that political mumbo jumbo?
Me, because I am Mr. Rude.
So, what's your? Are you currently playing a video game in the background of this Yuhcast? And also, are you currently having a drink in the background of this Yuhcast? And so, what are you drunk? And
I am drinking this Hum pomegranate lemonade kombucha. It has it's basically beer tea.
Vinegar.
Basically, like that's.
Someone's gonna take a clip of that and make it sound like I said a bad word.
Well, I mean, I said something at the same time, so you're probably fine. But then again, yeah. So I mean, it's basically like tea fermented in basically the exact same way you make beer, but it's not alcoholic. Well, I mean, there's like a tiny bit of alcohol in it, but it's below the legal limit.
Oh
so.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really,
it's really pog.
It's really pog, but it's it's really really nice. It's a probiotic. It makes your stomach go hoo hoo.
Glad to hear that.
It makes your stomach really nice.
Let's get those probiotics forever.
Get them probiotics. Get all them enzymes in your stomach so you digest better. It's Miranda v. Arizona.
Yes.
It was a landmark decision of the United States Supreme Court in which the court ruled that the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution restricts prosecutors from using a person's statement made in response to interrogation in police custody as evidence that okay. Why am I reading legal stuff?
I don't know.
Supreme Court decisions.
It'd be cool if you asked me what I was drinking and playing right now, because that's why I brought up that question. Because I am currently drinking a Monster Dragon tea. I've had this on pretty much every single Yuhcast we ever recorded, but hey, and I'm currently playing Halo 2 multiplayer. Thanks for asking.
Okay, well, I think firstly, the
Because we
state
cannot focus on talking because we are insane psychopaths.
that is true. Now you see, why? Why are you drinking your Monster Dragon tea?
Because it's all I have, and it's not even my favorite energy drink by far, dude. Adrenaline
What
shocks
what
are
is
the
your
best.
what is your favorite energy drink?
Adrenaline shocks, fucking, was it zero? Whatever, like the zero everything is, like the 0 calories, zero sugar, zero. It's all fake garbage. That's my favorite. That, and also the same version of that, but with Monster. I love the taste of like complete chemical garbage. It doesn't even taste like anything else you've ever had. It tastes like electricity would taste. It's great.
300 milligrams of natural caffeine. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm on the website right now.
It's like bangs, but they taste better.
I think
I think.
it looks like it's supposed to be a quote unquote natural bang. it has like
That was funny.
a knock of the sex.
So, so loud.
So it has coffee fruit extract, guarana seed extract, yerba mate, yerba mate. I don't know how you pronounce it, and coffee
Tomato?
and green coffee beans. I'm assuming there's there's so many chemicals, but this actually.
It's an energy drink, so I mean,
well, yeah. What's in this? You can get some from Amazon. You can get like a case of them from Amazon.
I think I got them at Safeway.
I might actually try to look.
Give
for one
them
of
a
these.
try. If you
Give 'em a
like the
try.
caffeine of Bang, but don't like the taste of Bang, I mean, I think Bang tastes fine. It's just too much sometimes.
I love Bang, dude, but I just never have it because it's like I don't know. I feel
It's
like
so expensive.
yeah, that and just like it's just like I can just like I don't know. My main fear with energy drink is just because of my like I have a super addictive personality where it's like anything I enjoy I will just consume all of it until like so like with and like I like Bang, so if I buy like 6 bangs I'm going to have them just the entire day, and 300 times 6 is a number, so that's a problem.
No, it's not really that big of a problem.
I mean, it's like 1,800 milligrams of caffeine.
It's not a lot.
I mean, actually, it's not gonna kill me, but it's gonna make me feel. Well, it's actually probably just gonna
Funny.
it's probably just gonna put me to sleep because that's what caffeine does, which I think is a
Yeah.
problem. But
I feel that like I'll drink a full on entire energy drink, 300 milligrams, and then just fall asleep immediately.
oh yeah, dude, I
Like
had
even after the energy kicks in.
my my brother introduced me to basically a sextuple shot coffee. So like basically like 6 shots of coffee. I basically drank it in like 20 minutes, and then it was basically it was like a 3 hour car ride, and I slept the entire way. It just made me feel drowsy, because I think what it is that like I think like my body just like it kind of is just immune to the caffeine high at this point, but it still makes you feel like the drowsiness that you get afterwards. So it's like I was apparently at some point feeling super like really just caffeinated, and then I ceased caffeination.
Cease caffeination.
Look, I think what you're saying here is, I think,
Unfunny.
not funny and also.
Man, you never said that one before.
What did I?
Champ.
Okay, I think. But either way, I don't know. I think. What was I talking about?
Energy drinks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I also had like basically like an entire basically like box of like Red Bull, those like giant Red Bulls in the span of like 2 hours, and I felt nothing. So I think I have a problem.
Red Bulls are so weird to me. It like they taste good and then they taste bad and then it tastes good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I mean, I think the sugar-free Red Bulls. I think actually Red Bulls are on the whole pretty good.
For energy drinks, yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. It's just like I've that was like my go-to energy drink at school. Like basically, instead of getting lunch, I would just get an energy drink
Oh
basically.
yeah. And you would give me energy drinks, but you give me like the weirdest things I've ever
Oh
tasted.
yeah, the pear Red Bull.
Yeah, I was just like, it tasted pretty good, and I don't like pears either. I was just like, okay,
There's
all right.
so much pear happening.
It was very strong. Though. It was intense. It was the most intense flavor of energy drink I've ever had. It's pear,
It was
which pears don't even taste like that much, really.
yeah.
Don't have a very strong
Well,
flavor.
well, you would say like, give me just any energy drink, and then I'm like, all right,
Yeah, it's like surprise me, and then I'd be surprised and then shocked.
yeah. But either way, actually, what's your favorite flavor of Bang?
Oh god, I haven't had a bang in like a year. No, that's not true. I played Borderlands. No, about a year probably.
Borderlands constitutes your Bang.
I got like sudden memories. I'm like, was that like 3 years ago or like a few months ago?
Mm.
But I think it's probably been a year. But you know what? Actually, hold on. This isn't. Okay. So the bubblegum bangs, I hate them. And I'm going to go back to adrenaline shock for a second because I just remembered that bubblegum adrenaline shock is the most intense and strange experience I've ever had because it tastes like bubblegum and it feels like bubblegum in a drink, as weird as that sounds. Compared to like Bang, which is just like chemical ass.
Chemical soup.
I hate bubblegum until you get to that adrenaline shock and it's like, no, it's cotton candy, not bubblegum. What am I saying? But still, it's intense and I just can't think of a no, there's that sour head flavor, that green apple flavor, that's
Oh,
pretty good.
that's yeah, I think that's probably my favorite out of
And all
them.
their like fake alcohol flavors are generally pretty good.
Wait, fake alcohol?
Yeah, because they have like pina colada flavor, lol. And it's like they don't taste I can't say that, but it's like it tastes fine.
Yeah, green apple is like consistently my favorite flavor of everything. I don't know if my taste
Hmm.
buds are broken, but I am a green apple enjoyer.
I used to be a green apple hater, and then I like, turned over to the dark side,
Dude,
and now I'm loving it.
yeah, green apple is amazing. The green apple Jolly Ranchers is great. Oh, dude, have you
That's
had
that's what converted me. Those Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, actually, have you had it's apple bubbly. That's amazing.
I have not. I don't
Yeah.
drink bubblies that much anymore.
I drink them like way too much because I mean there's just not like
I'm
there's
getting
just,
a Soleil like Safeway brand
Oh,
because
yeah,
I can usually get that for pretty cheap at like bundles.
oh yeah, well I had well actually yeah, there's Apple versions of that was pretty good. Well, actually, yeah, you can get like a full 12 pack of those instead
Jesus
of like
Christ.
for pretty cheap instead of like basically an 8 pack of bubbly for what would be I think the same thing, same price.
Yeah, I don't know. I just bubbly is it feels like a beginner sparkling water, you know, because it takes a minute to get into like the sparkling water game and be like, this isn't disgusting, because it's
Yeah,
off-putting.
yeah, oh yeah, I was yeah. Lacroix is like I think that's pretty much what like because like yeah like I think the pro level sparkling waters are like your Perrier and your San Pellegrino, which are just like an experience. Like Perrier, it's like it tastes. It's supposed to be quote unquote lime. It tastes nothing like lime. Like,
Paraguay.
but I don't know. It's a nice. I'm a Perrier enjoyer, although the cans are tiny, so it's like I'll go through like
Yeah.
5 of them in like an hour. I consume a lot.
What's your favorite sparkling water? Have you already said?
Oh, yeah, apple bubbly. That's why I
Oh.
said it. I love apple bubbly. It's amazing. It's the best.
My favorite. I haven't had it in like over a year because they're never in stock at any store and they're super expensive. But it's the Dasani sparkling in a can lime. I've brought this up before, but it is the best drink out there. I don't know why Dasani has the best sparkling water, because like in the bottles it tastes like garbage. Don't get me wrong, but like you get it in the can, and it's just like you get that metal, get that heavy metal, bro.
Get that Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden is real metal, not this Attila crap.
Attila. Yo, can we get Franz on the podcast?
Dude, okay, if we get him on the podcast, we are getting Radiohead's Tom York on the podcast.
Good luck.
Good.
Franz on to everything now. He does everything.
Didn't he do porn, or is that another guy?
No, he has an OnlyFans.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
And I think he said he's made more money off of that than like his entire music experience in the last like couple of years or something like that.
Which I mean, I think that's just, that's just how it goes, I believe.
You know, I can't make fun of him because it has to pay like super well.
It has to be like insane.
You also like if you go to his Instagram, you see the life he lives. He has like a nice house and everything. It's like, I doubt Attila is that successful.
Yeah, for
they're
like
a pretty big name in the genre of the scene, but like, come on.
Yeah, but a door just creaked, and I thought it was my door, and I was very scared. Anyways, well, yeah, because I think like if you're like a musician who's like successful in that kind of area, like I think you'll be able to buy a nice a suburban home, live normally on being a musician, but like to get like a stupidly nice house and stuff, you got to be fucking huge. Like you gotta be huge. You gotta be massive. But like if you're like not that successful as a musician, like you can still like you can pretty much like even if you're just kind of like a pretty small obscure or like underground band who is successful in the underground but can't really break into any kind of mainstream success, you can probably still live off of that fairly well. Granted, you're not living in fucking mansions or anything, like, but you're probably making like $60,000 a year, a livable wage, more than a teacher. So you're probably you're fine, you're good.
Yeah, music's a hard thing to make money off of, but it's not like impossible like everyone says. It is definitely possible. It's just I guess it's unlikely, but you have to kind of, it's not even that you have to like play the game or anything. You just have to have like enough determination to go on, because most of these artists, it takes like 6 years at least for them to even get like a proper following.
Yeah. Oh
like,
yeah.
I think of like Cameron McBride, like Meth Wish has been going on for years and years, and it wasn't until like probably the Piss albums that there was like any form of recognition going on.
Oh yeah.
And now he's popping off with every single album of every single project he's doing.
That's like, yeah, that happens with a lot of bands and kind of the whole like Midwest emo scene, like especially like with like American Football, Captain Jazz, Algernon Cadwallader, like when they were in their prime, pretty much they had like very few fans and like lukewarm reviews, and then it was like 10 years later they're kind of being rediscovered, and like now they're actually like kind of mainstream in a way, and or at least American football
mainstream
is.
in their American football. Like even if you don't listen to Midwest emo consistently, you probably have heard of that.
You've definitely heard Neverment at some point in your life, even if
whether
you
want
idea.
to or not.
Yeah. But like Captain Jazz, they're kind of now pretty much fucking legends in the underground scene, like kind of like in kind of the whole Midwest emo scene, like basically sort of the Velvet Underground of that kind of whole, basically that whole sound, and kind of how their first album, which is such a long title that's just now Schmat and Schmaz, like kind of is sort of a Velvet Underground and Nico kind of thing, or like In the Airplane Over the Sea, where it's kind of like was released to basically fucking radio silence and now is like critically praised. And I think Algernon Cadwallader is gonna have that same sort of reappraisal, because like their records were really, they're pretty not obscure necessarily, but like I don't think they ever toured like the entire US or anything. But yeah, I think they're gonna get the same sort of critical reappraisal that American football and that those bands got, and not to mention like Mineral as well. But I think they were pretty popular. I mean, I think they were definitely like as popular. I think they were definitely like pretty close to like Sunny Day Real Estate, which is kind of like probably the name that most people remember. Although if anything, that's probably just because their drummer and their bassist were their drummer or their bassist is in Foo Fighters now, so.
I did not know that. Oh, wait, no, I knew that. Never mind.
Yeah. And then
Insane.
And their drummer was supposed to be in Foo Fighters, but then he quit because Dave Grohl was a poopy man. So, yeah.
Dave Stinky. Talking about music, because towards the end of 2020, all I would do was just like sit back, play a bunch of Stardew Valley, listen to a bunch of albums. And there's been some, 2020 was an awful year, I think, for most people.
True.
But there was, at least in the more metal scene that I'm in, I'm into, there's some properly good bangers. Like, well, talking about Meth Witch, Endwell came out last year, and that is one of the best albums I've heard in a very long time, just because it's like kind of grindcore with, I guess it depends on the song, but it's like borderlines on like being a noise project but metal.
I'm intrigued.
It's very good. And then what else? There was that new Boundaries album. God, that was an experience, because was it Get Out might have like the heaviest breakdown of all of last year. I'm thinking that was okay. It was an experience going through that, because like that breakdown's like 45 seconds long or something like that. I'm just like, oh, we still going. So check out both those albums if you're into heavies.
I kind of slept on last year, just release wise. The only record I was super excited about was Idol's Ultra Mono, and that was their worst record. It's not bad. I love it, but it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of like lyrically it's definitely their worst, because it's like Idols as a band, they're very blunt with their lyrics. Like, they're a political band. They were pretty blunt beforehand, but now it's just like there's no nuance in any capacity. It's just like it's just blunt force trauma. I mean, the music is great. Like, I mean, the music is always great. But like, I think lyrically it's the worst, and I think also just like a lot of like outside of like the singles, a lot of the deep cuts tend to just fall flat a lot of the time. But I mean, I don't know. It's still a great album, and I still like it. It's just definitely not their best work, and they could have done better.
Yeah, that's how I feel with a lot of like stuff or albums I listen to, or like whenever, because I feel like I probably said this before on the Yuhcast. Also, actually, I don't know if I brought this up on the Yuhcast, but that I think I've talked about how much I didn't like the new that Afterburner by Dance Gavin Dance. It's my opinions completely changed on that album. I don't know if I brought that up. I just want to make sure that's clear. I now think that's a fantastic album. I gave it a lot of shit before, but now that I've had time to properly understand it, fantastic album. But even when I talk bad about albums, I usually still think it's a good album in general. It's just I have expectations for different genres or bands and artists.
Yeah, like I had like, speaking of Ultramono, I had super high expectations for it, because they were talking about like, this is our record, this is the Idol sound, this is like the penultimate thing, this is our best work, and then it's like oh, it's actually I think that was mostly it. Like, I was like just super underwhelmed, and then I kind of listened to it again with kind of like, expecting it. I was like, oh, actually, wait, this is actually better than I thought it was.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like it went from basically like a 5 to like an 8, and then it just kind of stayed an 8. But yeah, I think I kind of had that same thing with like First Impressions of Earth by The Strokes, which was released in 2008. But like when I first heard it, I was like, "What is this? Why is this bad?" And then it was like, "Why is this bad?" I mean, I know it's like not their best record, but it's like, Jesus Christ, what did you do? And then I kind of listened to it again, and I was like, oh, actually, there's some good stuff on here. Like, fucking, You Only Live Once was always a banger. Heart in a Cage, always a banger. Juice Box is a song, but it was like, you know, it kind of got better and better as I listened to it. Definitely not their best record by any conceivable capacity, but definitely not their worst. That's Come Down Machine, and if you defend it, I respect your opinion, but I don't know how your ears can. Well, it's not a bad record either. It's just like, it's basically a Julian Casablancas solo record, which sounds nothing like which sounds like really nothing like the Strokes ever did, really. But yeah, I feel like my voice is getting really deep right now, and I think it's just because I've been talking for a very long time. Yeah.
Yeah, expectations are like a very strange thing in music because it can completely change your mind on an album.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think I kind of had that, like, it's like if you come into an album expecting to hate it, you're probably gonna hate it, you know. And if you expect an album like coming in like you think it's gonna be the best thing ever, you're gonna get disappointed. So you know what? I'm just gonna do what I do with literally everything. Keep your expectations just low enough so you don't get disappointed, but just high enough to where you aren't just hating everything. That being said, I fail consistently at the latter.
Yeah, that's why I much prefer, instead of like one of my favorite bands releasing a new album, it's like I usually prefer just like coming into new artists I have no opinions of already, I know nothing about, and just like coming in and just being like, I have no expectations other than just like, I hope it's good. I don't know what it even is. I don't even know what genre this is.
Yeah,
that's what I love, because it's just like, especially with artists that kind of do a lot of genre bending, it's like, this is something completely different because I have no expectations on it.
Yeah, I kind of had that same experience with you've probably seen on my Instagram, not the people listening, the one, which is probably me or you. Let's just be real. But
be real.
anyways, yeah, but like I had the same experience. You've seen on my close friend story, haha, about the band Duster and the album Stratosphere. I had no idea what that was gonna sound like. I just knew that the band existed and they were and that album existed. It was fucking phenomenal and is like my favorite record at the moment. It is such good kind of like such a nice mix of all the sounds I like. It's like, you know, post rock, it's indie, it's like emo, it's shoegaze, it's all of that, and it's such a really cool recording. How it's like kind of really lo-fi, and like I really like that record. But
say the least, I'm a big fan.
I'd say the least, I'm a big fan, and it's definitely one of my favorite records at the moment. And I kind of had the same thing with again, Algernon Cadwallader, because I kind of knew they were like a Midwest emo, or like kind of an emo outfit, but outside of that, I had no idea what to expect, because honestly, emo just as a label means fucking nothing. You can go from like Rites of Spring to My Chemical Romance to fucking American football, like that. It just means sad.
Yeah, over like every decade, it's practically an entirely new genre.
Yeah, well, yeah,
because like 2000s with like the Used and MCR that kind of got classified in emo, even though like a lot of those bands never classified themselves as that for some reason. They just kind of got associated with it because I don't know, probably media was just like emo.
Yeah, and then 90s,
it's very loud sounding, and it's just very loud.
It's just loud, and well, basically it's just loud with sad lyrics, which I guess was kind of like what emo was, and like what at first was a thing, with it just being a shorthand for emotional hardcore, which was basically just hardcore, but except about hating Ronald Reagan, it was about hating yourself. Yeah, but then it kind of, and then fucking Captain Jazz came along, and like the Promise Ring and Mineral were like, hey, lol, here's a better version, and then they just kind of stopped existing for a while, and then MCR came around, and then emo just became kind of another label people attached to, a label that basically music journalists attached to the band. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, because I don't know. I've never really partaken in MCR really. I've just never. Well, I think it's just because it's like when I would have when it would have been like super cool and like formative to me, I was just massively against it just because I thought it was
It's an emo band. It's a stupid. It's an emo band for emo kids.
And then, but to be fair, I listened to fucking Slipknot and Korn at the time, fully unironically. New metal. Like this was in 7th grade. This was my new metal phase, and I'm glad I had my new metal phase then.
Slipknot's still dope though.
Yeah, Slipknot is still fucking.
They hold up.
They're great. Korn's first album is really good.
And then you kind of get into everything else, and it's like have a mixed bag.
Yeah, pretty much every actually Deftones are really good. Like White Pony is great.
I've never gotten into Deftones. It feels like something I would enjoy, but I don't know. It's one of those things I was talking about earlier with you. It's just like there's so many albums I need to listen to that it's just like daunting.
Yeah, White Pony is probably their best record. It's basically it's like experimental metal. It's super cool, but it's experimental new metal. It's like it's really it's kind of like, you know, you kind of it has that same sort of new metal kind of groove thing happening, but there's like super cool kind of like sounds and stuff happening, which is played on a turntable, which is why it's new metal. But you know, it's they're great. They're a pretty cool band. I need to listen to them more, but I really like them.
Yeah, about MCR, I feel like I don't know if you would enjoy MCR, but I feel like you would at least with Black Parade. I mean, every album they've done, that's the thing I like about them, is that every album they do is entirely different. It's not just a copy paste of one another. Because a lot of people do say that their first album, Bullets, is like it fits into the emo, like hardcore. Because I know there's just those emo purists that like that's not real emo, but kind of like Bullets is kind of more accepted in that community. Even though, yeah, I mean, I guess depending on the song, but Three Cheers is a lot more, I guess, pop punky, loud, intense, fucking.
That's kind of what they're known for, right?
Going,
which is kind of yeah.
And you get the Black Parade, which is like a kind of like a rock opera.
Yeah, well, yeah,
it was described.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a concept album for real artists.
Yeah. And it's definitely their best like first album to like if you want like that's that first album you should listen to because it is extremely good. And then you had Danger Days, which I wasn't a big fan of, but people like it, so good for them.
Right? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I could probably. I don't think I could be a real like massive fan of them, but I'm sure I could enjoy their work. But
I'd say give Black Parade a listen to sometime.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that long of an album, is it? I don't know. I think it has like. Actually, I think it is.
Hold on. Let's just Yeah,
you can check. You have the internet. I don't.
How long is the album? 51 minutes. That's not that long.
Yeah, it's about average for.
Well, I
kind
mean,
of style.
Well, I mean, yeah, for a rock opera, yeah. But like for the genre, it's like half an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
And don't judge the album based off the first song as well. Say.
Oh yeah, well it's just an intro track, right?
Yeah, but it's like half of it. The first part is like entirely like fucking those like classic emo drawn out vocals with only an acoustic guitar and heartbeat noises, or was it fucking like hospital? What are they called? Like the
beepers, the
heart
monitor.
Hospital, heart monitor sounds or something like that. I haven't listened to that album in a long time, but it's kind of a turn off at first for most people. But then you get into the meat and potatoes.
Yep.
Although that album still has a lot of pop punk vibes on like, especially the choruses of like fucking Dead, or Black Parade, octave chords. Let's go.
The more octaves, like octaves is best. That's just like
that defines the genre.
That defines the genre. Yeah, like those like octave leads that just exist basically. Yeah.
I love those. That's what I grew up playing.
I know. Yeah, those are great. Although I mean, in terms of what I play, it's pretty much just like twink. It's like, I mean, that's just accurate. It's mostly just like, it's literally just like alternate tunings, like, you know, your classic like F A C G C E, like that shit, or like
the iconic emo tune,
or a D A D or E A C sharp E with a capo, most likely. Do you own a capo? I don't think you do. Do you?
I do, but it's a really bad one.
Okay. I was wondering. It's like the amount of drop tuning you do. I'm like, do you need one? Do you care?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, well, yeah, I do a lot of drop tunings, but it just works.
I mean,
for what I play,
yeah, for
it's
the
all I
music you
need.
play, it's really, yeah. I mean, you don't really, it's yeah.
Pretty gamer-lish.
Okay, look, I'm just gonna have to.
That's not funny.
I think you
Got
should
to dox you.
do it.
Do it. You won't.
Do it. You will.
We outpog them.
We out.
What's your... No, I'm not gonna ask that question.
Ask it. Come on now.
I was gonna say, what's your opinion on Ronald Reagan? But we could be here a while. It's just like a joke thing I was going to say, but I realized like, oh wait,
I could easily. I could turn that into something.
The Ronald Reagan cast.
The Reagan cast. The rigged cast. Full circle.
Dude. God, we should rewatch a rigged cast. Do a commentary over it. Like, you know how IGN does IGN does the like developers react to a speedrunner beating their game in 4 minutes because they suck. Like, we could do that with our own old videos.
I mean, I wouldn't be
or
averse.
First rigged video.
That would be fucking. Well, because that was us in 6th grade. Our voices were so high pitched.
Hey guys.
Hey, Real Donut Productions here.
Was
that the 5th Caribou back then? I was the 5th Caribou, I think.
No, you were
Cleaver Hornet. Yeah, Cleaver Hornet.
And then 5th Caribou very soon after.
Yeah, and then Left Lung, and then
he had like 17 different names while I was Real Donut Productions, and then just turned to Ravs.
and then I think I just kind of didn't have an alias for a while, and then Professional JPEG or Professor JPEG, but probably Professional JPEG because that just makes more sense. Call me Peggy.
Peg and Catboys.
Again, full circle.
It's funny stuff.
Yeah. Anyways,
it's funny stuff. I like this episode.
Well, if you like it so much, why don't you end it?
Oh shit! Really? So was the end? How long have we been recording?
It's been 52 minutes.
Really? Oh my god! I thought it's been like 30.
Yeah, wow. Well, time flies when you're coming.
Gonna say the exact same thing. Yeah. You throw my brain in for a loop. You took what was in my brain, and now I'm just like in a daze. But anyway, welcome to the Yuhcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye forever. We'll see you July
probably
2037.
Okay, July 2037. Awesome. That's when Cyberpunk is placed in.
When will how old will we be? Actually, no, that the math can be done. Actually, do they know our birthdays? No, they don't. They can probably find out.
I'm sure they do.
They probably do. You can probably guess, but I don't know. In 2037, I will be. Well, I mean,
my
we
birthday's
will be.
October '94.
October '94 and 1999.
At least do 1994, man. Come on, dude. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. Come on. I like to come on, dudes.
Dude, Sam, up top. They almost fed back. Jesus Christ. Like, that's like, the thing is like, okay, like.
That was a good hearty laugh I did.
That's a good little, that was a good little boy you did.
Why is it always at the end of the Yuhcast at the time when they have like a laugh attack?
Because you're tired. You're tired of talking. You're tired of speaking like a little boy named.
I think it's because I have an energy drink at the start of Yuhcast, and by the time we end it, it kicks in.
Yeah. Okay. So. Jesus Christ. What is that?
I'm thirsty.
You're thirsty. You're a thirsty little boy. Okay. So, well, thirsty for what?
Monster energy drunk.
Anyways, so yeah. Let's I think we should just end the podcast here. I have been your host, Ben Shit Champaganka, and this is
Only he's been your host. I have not existed. I'm not a part of this channel.
I have been your I am your host, registered sex offender Ben Shapiro. This has been my guest, Catboy Pegger 69
by BBC.
Who is the BBC in this scenario?
Big bronze giant.
The Bronze Age. Anyways, I think I've had to end this podcast at least 4 times at this point. Anyway,
I ruined it.
Goodbye. I'm gonna sleep with your mother, and
I love you.